Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for tapping in, turning on, tuning in. This is going to be a happy new moon to you type of evolutionary uplift. Duh. Right. So welcome. I'm setting up. I just wanted to say hi because I started being really silly without having hit record, and I was like, let's just get it. So welcome. So I hope that you have been keeping up with my metaverse universe creation. I don't know where I'm at in the upload nations, but whenever you do receive this frequency, energy, vibration, I hope that you've seen all others too. So welcome. I know that I shared about the spirit animal vulture days ago, right? And so if you haven't seen that spirit animal video, go check that out. If you haven't seen musical 333s, the playlist with the 5, it was 5 songs last time, episode 3, go check that out because episode 4 is coming soon to the theater near you. It should be airing soon. So definitely go check that out too. Thank you so much for all the new subscribers, for helping me grow my YouTube channel. I am excited. There is a party coming soon, a live party, because we are partying every new 1,000 plus subscribers until we reach 10,000 subscribers. We've already had one live party, and now we're moving on to live party 2. So I just want to say thank you to all of you because it's happening, right? So thank you so much. You can also find me on Instagram. That's Enchantress, ENCHANTRESS. If you ever grow impatient and you see that I'm uploading and the upload is not going to happen for some time, you can always subscribe for 99 cents to my Instagram and see the video over there because they get it ahead of schedule. You know what I mean? Plus, way more content than posted publicly and stuff like that too. There's over 100 posts already over there, exclusively for subscribers. So once you subscribe, you will be granted immediate access to that backdoor entry of hundreds of posts and daily growing of things exclusively only for subscribers, which is different from followers. Okay, thank you so much. And so those are my updates, I believe. I think so. So be back. I'll be back. Beautiful soul. How are you? Do you still have things that on campus? Because I can't. Welcome. Let's get started. Thank you for meeting me here. May you eat the mana that is for you. This is inner attainment for your evolutionary entertainment. Each one, reach one, teach one. So here we go. So I didn't check for Vedic astrology, but I am loving the growing emergence of people, especially here on YouTube land, all of a sudden now infusing Vedic astrology and Western astrology. It makes me excited to know that people are tapping in, turning on, tuning in and now learning the infusion of more. And there's more astrology, by the way. So take it all in. Because when you start to infuse other deeper strategies of thought and resonance and figuring things out and infusing, I'm a big believer now of, like, let's say in Eastern, Western astrology. So let's say if you have been conditioned to follow Western astrology and you go under one sign for most of your life and that birth chart composite, and then you awaken to Vedic astrology, let's say, and your birth placements completely change and all this kind of stuff, right? Because in both Western astrology and in Eastern astrology, Vedic, my birth chart changes. Some people can stay, like I know somebody that their moon and rising sign is the same in both Vedic and Western. For me, my moon and my rising change. And so that's interesting. And I always say, where you seek or need solution, go to the opposing charts. So let's say you're working on your moonology, right? I have a very sensitive moon. I have a Pisces moon in Western astrology, which I have resonated with for so long, right? In Vedic astrology, I have an Aquarius moon, right? And so how connected with that I have too been, but disconnected from its solution-based system, because I was only choosing to resonate with that which I have been taught or that of which I have chosen. So if you watch my channel, I had spoken about, don't ask me when, don't ask me what year, I have no idea what video it is in and all this kind of stuff. But I had spoken about when I was a little girl and I was doing my own birth chart and I had this crossroad. And at that time, I did not know that it was Western and Vedic I was choosing from. I didn't understand that much stuff. My intelligence level was that of a child. And so, well, not really, but still pretty smart. But either way, under 10 years old, doing my birth chart and reading all the traits and characteristics of the two sun signs. This is how I had decided my story. This is how I decided whether I was going to be in Western astrology or Vedic. And it was down to the sun sign. And I was really, at that time, I found that everything they wrote about Scorpio was so negative. And I was like, no. And at that time, and even though people would describe me as Scorpio, at that time, I resonated strongly with my Sagittarius qualities. And I was just like, yeah. So that's what decided the mathematical equation for me at this early on childhood development point in my own astrology. I don't know life without astrology. I don't know how I was introduced to it. I just have always been nose deep dive in talking about it from elementary school, asking all my classmates, when's your birthday? And I remember sitting in like second grade, third grade, fourth grade, when someone would tell me their birthday, really going into my brain to tell them what sign they were. So, it's just, I don't know, the download was already here when I came out the womb. You know what I'm saying? We're evolutionary in that kind of way. Some of us come in with information already. Some of us awaken to receive more information. We all awaken to receive more information the more that we awaken to the knowledge and to the vastness, the expansiveness, the infiniteness that we truly are. It's a beautiful journey. when we can get out of our own way and stop looking at life as such a stressor in that kind of way, because we're conditioned that way. And so we're getting out of our own way, which is nice with this whole Aquarius new moon energy. And with a moon in Aquarius in my Vedic astrology chart, it's rather impressive, because I find it very interesting, the dualities of how watery I am. I'm a feeling being. See, I am the sea. Ooh, waves, ocean, depths. There is no bottomless pit. It's a bottomless. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so I just find that knowing the other is beneficial and helpful to your own personal solution. Please, I've been recording for YouTube for years, and I've been talking about this in various videos since 2000. I don't know which year I started recording. 5+ years ago though, and I have not deleted any video. I don't delete because I am who I say I am. If I wasn't, then why would I say I am? Tune in for Musical 333. It's episode 4 coming soon to a YouTube live theater near you. Make sure to hit that notification bell too. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I am who I say I am, and that shit hasn't switched up. I am musical 5+ years back, even in my evolution. I am who I say I am. Period. Point blank. Right? That's that Queen of Swords, like Aquarian type energy, the breath of fresh air we need at this time. The liberation, because look at they're a fixed sign. Aquarius is the final. See, so everything is in like parts, right? In astrology and elements broken down into segments for understanding, which is great because it's so deep. It's so deep. So you have Aquarius, the 11th sign of the zodiac, right? If we're on a wheel, although if you watch any and all of my videos, I'm speaking this language-based system to you for communication purposes and understanding based off of our conditioning. But there are certain belief systems and expansiveness and even my own intellectualism that I don't want to lose anybody. I'm gonna stop babbling like this, okay? Right, so listen. Right. So whew. I don't believe in the first and the last. So that goes with my astrological number configuration. Like, who's to say Aries is the first sign of the zodiac and Pisces is the last? Because if we know a circle has no end and everything is cyclical, my friend, there is no beginning, there is no end. There's just a cycle of flow always going in. But granted, we've taken things out, compartmentalized to intellectualize. And so we have that knowledge-based system of information here for us humans to take and make sense with it, right? So fine. But so for those purposes, I speak the language that is already being conveyed to say certain things. So that Aquarius, the 11th sign of the zodiac, right? But it's also in the compartment of the air sign, and it's also a fixed air sign, right? So as we know, it's a fixed sign. It's very solid. So it's the element of air. but it's still solid in its wind. It's like a strong gust of wind, and it's a buildup, and it's the final air sign of the zodiac, meaning that if it was to have gone in its cycle of evolution as we grow, right? This is on a if things are going according to plan. Things are always going according to plan, no matter the speed, but either way. So if we're going through the air elements, we start off with Gemini, the first sign of the first air sign, then Libra, and then Aquarius, the final third sign of the zodiac, right? Of air sign quality. So it's the wise one of the three of the air. So it has a whole 3-course meal of evolution ahead of it, before it, to help it program ahead, which makes sense when we have air, the sign representation of communication, of that air spreads knowledge, and air spreads vision, air spreads, and air sets fire ablaze, right? There's a lot of, in relationships or attractions, air signs attracted to fire signs attracted to air signs, right? And how triggering it could be too, right? So we have this happy new moon in this Aquarius realm of existence, the wisdom of the outsider, the outcast, the lone wolf, the Sigma style personality, the awakened with intellect, discernment, having participated and also observed, right? So it's wisdom at its ultimate finest, but it's still not that warm embrace we're seeking. So if you're seeking for, oh my goodness, all this new fresh perspective, new beginning to warm your cooker, this is like a air hug. But it's okay, because shit needs to get done. And that's how shit gets done. Because if we warm hug, rub up on one another, everybody's fornicating and nobody's doing work. So, but the beauty of like all of this, right? I'm gonna use Care Bears, cardamom seed, all right? For those of you that may have not seen the previous video, I have been reading cards since, I'd say 4 or 5 years old, but I know it's younger than that, but which is for fuck's sake and for argument's sake, people want to challenge you on how you know you weren't that young. Like, were you there? Do I know you? What the fuck you mean? Right? So for whatever, I used to want to be a magician. So I used to want to learn card tricks and try to perform card tricks. And it was early on that I discovered that the cards speak to me differently. And then cartomancy it was. And then I was 9, 10 when my uncle got me for Christmas my first tarot deck, because to them, they don't understand. And it was bought and it was given to me. He happens to be an Aquarius. This uncle that I speak of is an Aquarius. Oh, that's so funny. And he just admitted like 30 years later from buying me this. So supposedly the tarot cards that he got me when I was 10, right? So I was in junior high school, and he got it. He said, "Here, learn how to read real cards." So I was excited because I wanted a tarot deck, right? Already by that point, I had been reading just cartomancy and stuff like that. We'll talk more about this on my blog. But anyways, but they came with crystals. And I used to always play with the crystals in his room, and I used to feel like they were mine, not knowing that they were fucking mine. And he just admitted to, like, the end of last year, he was like, you know, those crystals that you used to always play with and feel like they like yours, those came with the tarot cards. I was supposed to give them to you, but I didn't. You're my crystals. I knew they were my crystals. I love those crystals. At least he let me play with the crystals, right? Anyway, he'll be taking shit from you. So you learn, right? It's the wisdom of the outsider, right? So it's like a breath of fresh air because you have the gift of like objectivity, right? Of discernment, of being able to see, right? Like, and it's like, look it, but now it's like, because this is thing, like that. Right, King of Swords. Here we go. Space as well. King of Swords energy, right? It's powerful. It's this empowering, this bold and beautiful, like, energy. The gift of objectivity, of discernment, the vantage point of a wizened outsider. Right? Of the wizened outsider. So it's like, new moon, who this? New moon, who this? It's time to take stock of something, to zoom out and plot one's course. Because you're in your truth, because the sword's energy, right? Spade, right? When I'm early on in childhood saying, call a spade a spade. People want to get mad. You want to call a spade a spade. That's what it is. It's the truth. Right? Eat that mushroom. Tasty. And then it's also tied in with the Chinese New Year, right? Which is all about celebration. All about celebration, right? So, but it's patience too. Patience and with purpose, right? And it's discernment of truth. It's accountability. It's responsibility. It's what habits have I been partaking in, or that I need to stop, that are harmful to my purpose, to my setting that I'm creating for myself, right? What narratives? Because swords is that sword energy, that air energy. It's intellect. It's my mental state of being. It's how is my mind? Because that shit'll make my emotions. You want to be crazy? Curly be crazy, right? So it's like, what narratives have I adopted? Have I taken in that does not serve me? Let me take stock of this. So this is with wisdom now. This is going, and then you think about it. 11, right? So it's the 11th sign of the zodiac, right? And then, you need me? Pause. A 100 years later. But I don't even know where we were, but we were talking about the King of Diamonds, right? Which is that mental air energy, right? Cutting through the bullshit too, period. Like, we cut through the bullshit. Right. We cut through the bullshit. I'm trying to cut through the bullshit, and it's time to celebrate moving forward. period. Moving forward, and using this opportunity of a time, of an energy, of a frequency, of a vibration, right? The first of something to embark on this clean slate, knowing that it's a lucky type of energy that allows us to really, if you want to charge forward, move forward, start anew, then you do. Like, no excuse. Look at with a heart. Look, so we got this king like energy ruler. I rule my mental space, which opens me up in my heart space, right? And this is great too, because this is Venus and Saturn, something goes into Aquarius, right? And so that's the missing element of the evolution, right? Because after, so you're talking about Aquarius in the 11th sign, after that is Pisces. So it's getting the mental intellect right and infusing that with the Piscean waters that comes next, which is deep as the sea, right? In this whole heart energy, this water-like energy, right? This Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces type energy that feels with great passion, great depth, great levels of intensity, right? Which is something too that a lot of the air signs are not accustomed to feeling comfortable with. They're not accustomed to being comfortable in certain kind of emotional settings. That's part of their evolution too, right? To wipe the slate clean with that too, and believe in the state of the evolution of the king, in his divine intellect, moving into his heart space, feeling safe, right? Because spontaneity might be the ruling, right? Especially with Uranus, right? In the mix, but curiosity is the flavor. Curiosity is the flavor. I grow curiouser and curiouser. I am bold and I am beautiful. I am embracing my new beginning, and I am excited for what it's going to script to bring into my world that I am scripting and manifesting with witchyutopian.com and Classic Pins. Had to give myself a little free ad lib in there. witchyutopian.com. I'm mixing it's the ingredients that make up all the magic within you. Go check it out for yourself, witchyutopian.com. Shop, right? So you can go to our mystery shop, get yourself a manifesting scripting template. I made it, my friends, right? So for Venus and Saturn, Saturn, we know Saturn, everybody's afraid of Saturn, but that's great grandpa Saturn. Great grandpa Saturn loves us. And we think, oh, the lessons that come from great grandpa Saturn, that it means that, oh, no, it's to serve you. The bounty, the plenty, the prosperity, the abundance, the deliciousness that you seek. What you seek knows you. It's time for you to know yourself, right? And that's the bold and beautiful new beginning of wiping the slate clean, this free peel of feeling free. I'm alive, right? And it's okay to be rebellious at this time. You got that energy of that rebelliousness with the Aquarius energy too, urging us to cut ties with all the bullshit and march to your own beat. Even if it's offbeat, right? Because I'm a breath of fresh air. I'm a breath of fresh air. And that's coming from your emotional centering space. So it's like, think about, like, I can speak about it from my own personal chart, right? Pisces moon, Aquarius moon. All those deep sea levels of sensitivity, heightened sensitivity, right? Aquarius knows that level of sensitivity from the mental sphere. I see you clear. This is why I'm the visionary. Do you hear? Pisces might feel you, my dear, but I see you with clarity. And so it's important that when you're breaking free, right, from any kind of pattern of behavior, of narrative that you're like feeding yourself or that has you've been a slave to and all this kind of stuff, whatever is no longer resonating, right, with your being and stuff like that, you're gonna start seeing with truth. And with truth comes wisdom and the opportunity for you to dump that unhealthiness, right? To dump that which does not serve and to end that toxic situationship, whatever that is, whether it be in mind, body, heart, soul, action, behavioral, deeds, and putting up with nonsense that you don't need to. You know what I mean? Right? Because you don't need to. Right? And Uranus is also the planet of revolution, evolution, revolution, evolution. There's revolution. There's revolution in your evolution. There's revolution in your evolution, except no substitutions, right? So it's looking because you got 5. So there's still conflict here, right? There might be a challenge in being this sunny personality right here, right? The sunny bear, this happy bear. When it's rough out there, right? It can be so rough out there that it's a challenge to be this happy, sunny bear. So that's why it's important to free yourself from that which does not serve. Any thoughts, any actions, any ties that you're tying yourself to that only trap you in the illusion of you not having that which you want or desire. It's the same thing of like let's say family members. It's not to call everybody toxic and all this kind of stuff. It's just we're not on the same vibration. We're not on the same frequency. We're not on the same energy. Right? It's like getting tired of being the bigger person, right? Because you have compassion, you have understanding, you have discernment, you understand certain kind of things, but that doesn't mean that you enable the poor behavior and choices of other people just because you can understand their position. Doesn't mean you don't fuck with potential. That's it. You don't fuck with potential. Because potential may not always reach its potential. Because that's an individual standpoint that, is up to everybody. The same way you have the choice to choose to act in accordance to right, this wild card right here, this Joker card, this wild card, this free. I am unzippering that which can't be seen, right? Because you're scripting everything. I'm gonna take the risk here, and I'm gonna unzipper this. And the portal on the door. I'm the visionary. I know I want more, and even though I can't see what is before me and what's gonna be waiting for me on the other side, that's good. Because this predictability shit, the statistic shit, the cycle shit, I've seen this shit already. I've seen it and I don't want it. So I'd rather unzip that which I don't know nothing about because I am creating this unknown atmosphere through the good deeds that I'm putting in, through the actions that I'm taking, through the work that I'm doing, through the evolution that's happening through me. And guess what? I do want to see what's on the other fucking side. I have no fear of what's on the other side because I know that that's tied to the conditioning of lies that will keep me trapped to this side that I don't even fucking want to begin with. Right? Wild card through the challenge. So with that knowing, my spirit's showing. I'm smiling, I'm glad because I'm grateful for all that I have. And this wisdom obtained, priceless, up on this page of a sage that I declare and say and know my power, my empowerment, right? This unconscious mind I'm tapped in, turned on, tuned into. What unconscious mind? Oh, you mean the subconscious layers that I'm tapped in, turned on, tuned into too? All the wholeness of my vibrations, energies, frequencies, right? Getting in touch with your own circle of trust. Because when you get in touch with your own circle of trust, that radiates within your cellular, molecular, energetic, electromagnetic multi-dimensional field. And then what do you think that kind of ripple effect affects, right? As you continue to energize, connect, the ripple effects of that auric electromagnetic blast is going to land and draw in, like the magnet that it is, those energies that you do deserve to receive. But the more attention that you give to the energies and all this kind of things, that does not serve the greatest good of you and holding on to shit because you don't fuck with potential. You can't fuck with potential no more. You can't be kind to mofos that you love, who love you back, granted, who treat you salty. Not no more. Not for 2023 into infinity. You do them no justice by enabling them to think that that shit is cool, sweet, kind, and all this kind of stuff. Let them projectile vomit all that they fucking want and let you become the villain of their story. They'll heal that too. And it may not happen in this evolution of time, in this lifetime, where they'll see, I see the wisdom of that too. I was a succubi to you, salty towards you because you were the light that I was trying to omit myself to. But that resistance, that devil mofo, had me by the gripe. And I couldn't appreciate the value of you in my life, who tolerated my nasty towards you, my salty towards you for so fucking long. And now that I know better, I still don't fucking do better. I understand why you let me go. They'll get there. They'll get there. I may not be in this lifetime, but that's okay. That's on them. And that might be a lot of people you have to let go in that department, because it's going to be the close immediate. Stop being salty towards me because you salty with your own life. If my example hasn't taught you by now, goodbye. And that's it. Right? That Nine of Swords is that mental on a cloud. It might be shitty. It's like bittersweet. It's like on the cloud right here, but you got that rainbow. You got the decision-making skills. You got that solution, right? Like the queen that you are of love. So that's that divine masculine energies and that divine feminine energies working in synergy, harmony with one another, because they're in harmony, synergy with one another. How you gonna win if you ain't right within? How you gonna win if you ain't right within? How you gonna win if you ain't right within? Huh? Come again, right? Lauryn Hill had it right. To your heart. And so here you are. Making your own pizza. It's funny too. Oh my gosh, I'm sharing in my community board, so go check in the community tab. By the time you see this, it should be in the community tab. So the pizzas my daughter made from scratch for us. It was absolutely delicious. She is the best in our state, and like I'm so proud of my baby's cooking skills. So this is my day pizza. So it's like you're making things from scratch. Good. Stop half-assing it. Stop buying the pre-made box of pancakes. That all you gotta do is add water. Nah. Start from scratch. Make your own pancakes. Use your own ingredients. Make your own pizza. Stop going and buying the pizza. Take the time to knead the dough, roll the dough, cook the sauce, add cheese and whatever else toppings you want. Scripting your pizza, please. Right? Look at it cooperatively, because this is the Three of Hearts. And look at that babe. Look at that fucking babe. Happiness is to replace all that stressor that you were holding on to, right? Letting go. Look at this King of Diamonds. Right here we go. Pentacle style. It took a while, right? Because that's the slowest moving development, because diamonds are forever. Diamonds are, right, representations of earth. And what is the most longest thing we do here in our multidimensional place of existence, quantum field leaps of existence? Here on earth, things should take time. Things to make things tangible take time. Granted, in the ethers and astral and all this other kind of places, you can blink your eyes, wiggle your nose, click your heels, and whoop, there you go. And yeah, there might be quantum fields of multidimensional existence of when you get into that intellectualism of that kind of quantum physics, that you may be able to tap into that kind of without any kind of resistance, you know, this kind of stuff. But until for just so you know, kind of like fuck's sake purposes, just here just to speak. Here on earth, to make things tangible, it takes fucking time. Although time might be an illusion, my friend, time is of the essence, you see. Time is what you make, and you know, the me, you, and the me, even though it's a nothing of an infinity, it is the longest thing we do, even though it does not exist. It's what we do within the time we mix, the ingredients we create. Let us be bold and beautiful in that kind of way, right? Hold on. I don't know where we were. But yeah, so yeah, so Uranus is a planet for revolution, evolution, right? Breaking free of patterns, behaviors, narratives. I'm gonna figure out. She's gonna figure out. She got a lot of Aquarius in her chart. Anyway. Where were we? Look at gifts, receiving gifts, bounty, plenty, prosperity, gifts from the universe, gifts from all your hard work. This is seeing a return on your investments, right? Diamonds, right? Prosperity coming in with, and it's took time because you have, like, Frank, this like the Knight of Pentacles. The harvest is here, but it's all up to the Knight on how wild his journey has been, right? But Four of Swords, right? So going into, so this is like taking that, like, that step back to see on out with clarity, right? Because we're breaking free from patterns. So it's the observatory. It's to be able to observe and not so much entertain. It's to detach in that kind of way. You got that sword-like energy, right? That 12th house type of energy too, right? Helping you to see where you have adapted to certain kind of narratives that don't serve your function, right? In different kind of ways, because you're breaking free from those kind of patterns, right? Aquarius is the sign that represents the collective, right? And it's the only sign in our entire zodiac that is represented by a human. All other signs are animals. So we're asked to think beyond ourselves, right? Inspiring us to conquer the animalistic impulses in our own personal natures, right? That don't serve us, right? Asking us to consider truly and truthfully what role we play in our own society, right? Taking a step to deepen our reach, right? So this is like also a time of volunteering as well. You might feel a certain kind of activation towards your activism journey, right? Wanting to do more. Each one, reach one, teach one, right? Setting intentions, right? Crafting your goals, bringing meaning to your day-to-day in every kind of way, right? Because we have had this, like even with the Mercury Mars, right, post retrograde right now and stuff like that, we've been experiencing, especially these last couple of months, like that underworld journey, that shadow work journey, that hermiting journey, that figuring it out, right? Because Mars is the planet of willpower, right? Willpower. Mercury is the planet of communication. How do I communicate my willpower? With truth. Here comes that King of Swords energy. In my truth, in my position, in my power, getting through every single kind of hard time too. And I'm going to eat a cupcake for that too. Yeah, I'm going to eat my cupcake too. 10 of, look at 10 of diamonds. Happiness. That which you wish to create served to you on a silver platter. Here, eat the plenty. It is you. 4 of Pentacles too. Right? Because you're serving it up. So usually it's holding on tightly, but look at this. This is Grumpy Bear. Cloudy. Right? She could look cloudy. But in that cloudy, this time you're not holding on to it. Right? Because that's how I'm reading it. Look at this time I'm not holding on to it. So usually the 4 of Pentacles. You usually see in the traditional tarot a person holding on to their 4 of Pentacles like this. Like, no, I have to hold on because it could be, their conditioning, of lack too, trauma that will have you holding on dear tight for that which you already have here because you're afraid to lose it all, But here, no, this time it's like, nah, here we go. I'm investing in my future. I'm investing in this throw. If you see the other video too, right? You can watch the betting one. It has a very powerful message in that. Bet on you. So here you are, you have the ball in your hand, right? I bet on me. I'm betting on myself. And I'm gonna take this, even though look at it, clouds and all, should be cloudy, right? Because life doesn't always go how we like it, right? And so here we have Aquarius representing the collective, knowing this, right? Because they're the visionary, right? Thinking beyond themselves, right? Inspiring us to take creative action, the visionary, right? Taking a step and to deepen our own reach, right? And setting intentions and bringing meaning to our day-to-day. Here we have this Mercury Mars post retrograde. And so now, even though shit might be unclear, you're clear. And look at, again, passion, fire, exuding this divine masculine and this divine feminine energy. Because this has not to do with gender specific. This is not gender specific. We each have divine masculine and divine feminine energies existing within us. It's operating on a yin yang perspective. Always. How harmonious it is, that's going to be individualized. Right? How you feel is your energy. That's your divine feminine energy. How you act on the outside, right? And how you move, that's your divine masculine energy. Both should work harmoniously with one another. So let's make it a go. 2023 into infinity. So my divine masculine energies and my divine feminine energies existing within me operate harmoniously. One listens to the other, responds to the other with love. That requires patience. Look at it. And then you have, look, I'm looking at that's a lucky clover kind of thingy too, right? Passing it on. Here, I'm giving to you, and it's gifts too. You got green and orange, you got solar plexus here. Not solar plexus, sacral too, like, and heart chakra and money factors coming in. A rainbow, even in the clouds, right? Because that's what your journey is all about. Everything that you're working on and you're doing and you're setting too, right? Because I hear, set fire to the burning, not your burning, Set your face. Right? I don't know those words, but right. So we have this shadow phase, right? Because this has been a time, especially Aquarian energy, Uranus, right? It's unpredictable energy, right? And the shadow element, shadow phase. So everything now too that has been hidden or lurking in the underworld or in the shadows and stuff like that, it rises up. And it gives us great clarity, right? Understanding, clarity, awareness, helping us and allowing us to take action to clear the cobwebs away. This is an inward journey in that kind of way, right? I'm moving with awareness. What the fuck you talking about? Right? So you make the time. I make the time to get clear with that which I hear, receive, know. And if I ain't clear, I'm still. Right? So you're learning to be gentle in your approach with even yourself. Because part of our conditioning is to be so hard and harsh towards our own energy and environment, like hard on ourselves, kicking yourselves in the ass for not completing certain tasks, like not finishing every to-do list, everything that's on your to-do list, and being mean to yourself because of it, and calling yourself names, or this narratives that you play games in your mind. That shit has all been programmed into your system. So that should already bring some relief, like, oh shit, I'm not this way because I'm this way. I'm this way because it was programmed into me to be this way, and I've just grown accustomed, because that's what happens with behavioral patterns and conditioning. Over time, becomes my behavior, my pattern, my conditioning, not necessarily my truth. And epiphany too, mind blown from that shit, like holy shit, this is not me. And so what a relief. I didn't think it was me. But then you have the other conditionings of validation still needed and all this kind of stuff, which has been falsely programmed into you too. So now you're just working on releasing that pressure, being gentler on yourself, and allowing the shadow phase to evolutionize your revolution wildly. Zipping into the unknown, right? You don't know what's happening there. You're opening it. You're opening it. And look at, there goes the sun. Right now, for some, you still might be here, but topsy-turvy, my dear, the sun is here, right? 4 diamonds, 4 pentacles. Again, this time you're not holding on to that which brings you fear. No, I'm releasing it. I'm clearing away all the cobwebs, all the things that do not deserve, does not serve my journey, my destination, my creation, my manifestation, that which I want to create, right? Within my own United Nations. Fudge out of here with that. Letting that shit go too. Walking away from all that deserves. Matter of fact, I'm floating away. Like, bye. Hi, look, I got the lucky clovers. I got everything. I got heart. I got love. I got air. I got everything. I got every single element on me. I'm floating above this shit. I'm floating above that which doesn't serve, like which breaks my heart. So that's a lot of it too, holding on to things that break our heart. That's a shadow phase. And then it causes the ripple effect to have certain kind of behaviors and patterns triggering come about. And you might entertain certain kind of entertainments. You might watch a certain kind of movie that entertains your broken heart kind of feeling. Don't watch that fucking movie. Until you can master the energy of emotion that doesn't overcome or overpower. That's like knowing that if you go to this location, that you might see your crush who didn't show no interest or whatever, or has a girlfriend or something like that, and showing up to that place anyways because you just want to break your own heart, right? So it's letting go of that. Right? And right. So you might be waiting for your star, like the star, Aquarius kind of energy to come in, but it's you who's the star. When will you see? How will you know? And then here you go. Love is all that we grow and show. Look, it's so King's here. Some of you might have even more options than you believe. Somebody coming in their truth too. So you might even have a watery kind of energy, passionate about you coming in or coming out of heartbreak and some kind of stuff too, that allows you to be in your truth, that you bring about that happily ever after to you too by letting go that which doesn't serve. So it's like holding on to old heartbreaks that don't serve you and not allowing for the new that wants to welcome and greet you and kiss you and love you passionately, because you're so busy holding on to the broken heart or the hurt from before, in whichever department it can be. It doesn't have to be a relationship. This could be your career, this could be your family, this could be your friends, this could be goals and dreams and stuff that are disappointments to you, or things that you know, whatever the case may be, whatever it is. It's about releasing. Releasing. Good. That's the main thing. So also too, what I'm hearing again too, like, so with that Mercury, not Mercury, Venus and Saturn. So lessons in love. I receive a lot. When I say the word love, all of a sudden I hear so many different scenarios. Whoa. So wow. So many lessons. Right? You got two of Pentacles, but you're working on it. And then the heart space. So the best thing that we could ever do for ourselves is be aligned in our mind, body, heart, and soul. Because no matter what gets created after that kind of alignment, you're going to receive. See, so some might even say, right, Seven of Swords in that kind of way, right? No, peace. See, with you, look at how you're sleeping. Even if things are a certain kind of way, right? Life doesn't always go the way that we like, and things might not necessarily be the way that we would like or want them to be, right? There's some kind of completion happening here passionately, that you're shooting for your own stars, right? To gain the peace that you need and bring the harmony, because there's something, because you're in your truth, right? You're in your truth, you're in your power, even if you look at with the clouds, with the rain, with the thunderstorm. Love elevates you in some kind of way, and there's prosperity to gain. And that can show up in many different ways. But the more that you hold on to the pain, look at the first card out like this, the more you keep on looking out over there, like, where's my thing even in the moon? It's always going to escape you. It's always going to be at a distance, right? So it's that Six of Pentacles, that reciprocity, like the number 6, that balancing act, that I'm getting a cupcake too. I'm not just giving a cupcake. I'm not just letting people eat my cupcake. I'm getting cupcakes too. So, but also with this Venetian Saturn energy of lesson and love, and with Mars and Mercury, right, post retrograde, Mars about our willpower and Mercury about our communication, and Venus about our energies of love. Oh, expect revolution in the realms of the heart. Expect revolution in the realms of the heart, even if it hurts. Because it's going to feel good, and you're going to be nurturing yourself with the amount of freedom that you receive when you let go of certain people, places, things, memories, ideas that do not serve, right? Your heart. It's going to be challenging, but this lighter, brighter, aquatic, Aquarius-like energy coming and blazing with your swords, right? Like, it's just like, because I see Queen of Swords type of energy, right? Like, in your plate of truth, coming out of trying times. It's got the Six of Swords. You're coming out or trying times, and you're gonna get your cupcake too. Prepare for your cupcake. Someone's coming in their feelings, because this bear right here, even though because of the lighting and stuff, is green. Right? Someone's coming in their feelings, and they're single, and whether this is a relation, whether this is a situationship or something like that, this person's available. So if you're waiting for someone that's with someone, most times this is not for you. I'm not talking to you. That's some fuck shit kind of vibe that you need to heal from. You shouldn't want that. But I'm not here to tell you what to want or do and all this kind of shit too. Fuck out of here. You're not number 2. You're number 1. Imagine being someone's second choice or second picking or mistress and all this kind of shit. Who, what, where, and right? Anyways, I don't want to get that into this energy. This is not the type of energy. The Pentacles, working. So you have someone that wants to work with you, who looks at you admirably too. Go check out the reading that should be posted by the time this is posted, of what they would say to you if they were emotionally mature enough to say this to you, or evolved enough to say this to you, or in their alignment to say this to you. What would this person say to you? Something like that. Or whatever. It should be posted by the time. But yeah. So you have your umbrella in the rain and your sunflower kind of attitude to gain you greatness, right? And wealth too. So there's a lot of new opportunity here with this Aquarius. Think beyond yourself, right? This bold and beautiful new beginning that you get to sleep peacefully. There was a time in my life that I didn't sleep. I wasn't safe. I wasn't stable. I wasn't safe. Who can sleep when they're not safe? And so all these years of being able to sleep has only grown my gratitude of appreciation, because I know what it feels like to have no peace. And not just from demons that people have done. I'm not just playing victim. I've made mistakes. I've done things I'm not proud of. And so that shit will play with you. It'll plague your mind until you make it right. I'm not here casting blame or pushing shame or anything. We all have things. Hurt people. And if you've been hurt, chances are you've hurt somebody too. We're not exempt, right? Life doesn't always go how we like, how we plan, how we want it to be. But we're thinking beyond ourselves, knowing that we are whole and we can make things complete, right? So what role do we choose to play in our own personal society, of community, of reality, of experience that we're waking up on in this multidimensionality of a reality, of an experience? Know what I mean? So, cool. That was intense. So, what do we have to look forward to this new moon with all that has been shared and transpired here between you and I? Make sure to hit the like, subscribe. I'm so thankful for each and every one of you. We are almost at our next live party 2, party number 2, because for every 1,000 plus subscribers I reach until we reach the goal of 10,000 subscribers, we are celebrating by going live with prizes, cash giveaways, and loads of fun in every kind of way. And I just want to say thank you so much, because we're almost at live party number 2. So thank you for helping me grow my channel. I am thankful in that kind of way. And so thank you. That's because of you. So thank you. Thank you so much. Alright, because we're gonna party. We're gonna party. The first party was great. I made a playlist for the party. So you can go check out party number 1. Right? So right, I have posted. This is reminding me of this, right? It's like fuck yeah, right? It's just it's like knowing what it is and really for the first time not letting it bother you. So it's like, because for up until this point, even though you know what it is, you've still allowed it to bother you. So it's like, you know why somebody does what they do, and it still irks you. It's like, right? So, right? It still irks you. But now you've had an evolution of a revolution. And whatever that tie was that irked, it's called healing, right? It's revealing to you what you needed to see in order to get past whatever that kind of ick. Because up until the point, you may have been like, it's because they are the way that they are, blaming it on that person. If they weren't like that, they wouldn't trigger me. And you justify your trigger, right? Because you know something. But this right here is like, you ever seen that? Even though I don't like to overly generalize, but Aquarius, air sign, they have that real good, I don't give a fuck, attitude that's admirable, right? And it's not necessarily that they don't give a fuck. It's just the coolness, the aloofness, the detachment, the ability to be so airy, right? I had said something the other day, and it was behavioral patterns and conditioning, not necessarily my mindset. And I was thankful for the energy of person that was near me when I had said it, you know, it's like best friend status type things, right? Where they were like, and I said, do you see now what I mean by people always coming at me this kind of sideways or whatever? And mind you, I was making a point at a point because it was just a point to make. And right, so, and they said, I wouldn't necessarily take it personally. It's just the way that it is. And it was just like the revolution of evolution of truth in that. Like, we overly personalize the way a person chooses to behave towards us and take it personally. Granted, it feels personal. But at the end of the day, the way that someone decides to treat you, it got nothing to do with you. It's just unfortunate that you come into their path and they get to act out the toxicities of that which they are, you know, this kind of stuff, and you have to experience something like that. But again, at the end of the day, that's where people be like, how can you hurt me this way? They're not hurting you in this way. Because if they were healthy in every kind of way, that they wouldn't be behaving in that kind of way, they wouldn't have done that to anybody. It's not you, it's that it's where they're at in their evolution. So, and it was a great like checkpoint, like, oh my gosh, thank you so much, because I was going into victim chat just because I can say that. Like, just because it's true doesn't mean it's true. And it doesn't mean that every badge of honor you have to wear. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, I don't care. You don't see my belly? I'm happy up in this bitch. Okay. Right? And here we go. And then you get into that balloon uplifted in your truth. Like, thank you. It feels good. And look, it's the same bear too. And where the same bear got uplifted in that shifted moment. Like, all right. Right. You get uplifted in that shifted moment. And it's just like, yo, that's on you. Bye. I'm out of here. Buddy, you stay down there with that energy. I don't need to be around it. Even too, like, you know, even with your children, The other day I had to tell my daughter, I'm like, you know what? I'm like, I don't have to do this. You can do it on your own. And it wasn't being mean, it wasn't being rude, and it was just like, y'all don't need to deal with your attitude. PMS, blood, shit, spills, splatters. I got all of that too. So I don't care what your excuse is. We're both PMSing at the same time. Imagine that, polar opposites PMSing at the same time. Talk about rubbing the wrong ways, right? So, but it's good to communicate and to work harmoniously together, because that's the only way, with love. Being your truth, being your power, being your empowerment, inspiring the collective too at the same time, right? Even if shit is not always roses, right? You got harmony between the divine masculine and divine feminine energy, self-love too, right? You got these 222s energies. That's union, that's divinity, making the Holy Trinity. And you want that to be in your truth, right? You want that to be in love. You want that to be in that deep sea of evolution. That's rather inviting, right? So yeah, so anywho, so thank you so much for tapping in, turning on, tuning in. Stay lit, stay in your alchemy, be patient, be kind, you know, do no harm, take no shit, right? Get into your own elixir of fix. Start from scratch. Everything that you want to do and create and manifest in every kind of way. Get into your own electromagnetic field. Right? So this is a time of celebration. And rest. I feel like some need to rest. Peacefully though. So maybe for a while you weren't resting peacefully. Going back into that story time. I know what that feels like. To have no peace. But the beauty of it is coming out. Because the only way out is in, right? To know that there is peace when there was none. That's powerful. And if you are here, you shall experience peace. Because you will it for yourself in your life. And you want it. And if you want it, you're gonna get it. So feel inspired to know the role that you play. Play the shit out. You hear me? All right. So next time, I love you. You're gonna get your cupcakes. Not only are you making your cupcakes and giving them out, you're gonna be getting some too. Who here loves cupcakes? Utopian cupcakes. They used to be my old Twitter name. Utopian cupcakes. Anyway, love to you. Till next time, make sure to subscribe, to hit that notification bell, and to check out all my other videos. I have videos dating back to 2010. Loads of mana there for you to grab. There's so many topics, so many genres, so many evolutions, so many teachings, so many learnings, so many whatever. Fun stuff, tarot stuff, oracle stuff, astrology stuff, number stuff, angel number stuff, UFO stuff, whatever, you name it. Life stuff, blog stuff, animal stuff, spirit stuff, spiritual stuff, you name it. I am who I say I am. And I encourage you all to be who that you which you are. And you should be proud of it too. Own it, boo. 2023. Up in here, up in here. So, thank you. I'm grateful. I was grateful.